Tough mark, Tim. Tough mark. Outside hand tip. So you have to bring your left hand there to mark the 3 and don't bail. Step down actually on the shot towards the basket. It's a physical cue to keep yourself engaged in the rebounding action. Too much. 42's on my radar. Bad habits. 42 blue. Pushy, shovey, stupid. I call it stupidity. You want to be stupid? No, you can get in foul trouble and sit on the bench then. You want to be smart? You can stay in the game. Actually, I'm supposed to be gone if you want to take over.
Yep. I ate quick, that's why.
Oh, awesome. Did you ref that last game in the Hogs gym?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Thomas said, hey, I don't remember who he said. They're refing.
Hey, man.
Take care.
Yeah, take care.
Stay out of trouble.
Yep. Are those?
There's a bunch of cards.
They're in, oh, this is just voiceover. You don't have any notes for them?
I don't. No.
Okay.
Who's lead here? Your lead. Kick him out. Kick him out. That happens, just holler and get him to move up. Good report. Good report to the table. Yeah, get that sub push back. One thing on your reporting, do not point to the bench. Just say blue 21 or blue 15 or whatever it is. You don't want to be pointing at benches or pointing to sides of the floor. Mark, scoot down lower. Scoot down lower. Yep, front court inbounds like that, we want them nice and pressed in. Yeah, good idea. Stay with it. Got to make sure they come up out of that off the floor cleanly and don't kick each other or whatever. Perfect. Mark, this is something I learned actually this weekend. It's a technique, well, I picked it up on the college floor, it doesn't make a difference. I heard that as a trail, potentially even as a C, if I can read the numbers on the back easily, that means I'm straight lined on the players and I'm not able to see between the players. So that's a good indication or a good visual cue that I should remove or change my position on the floor so I can see into that gap.
say the right thing on film.
So the tap first period around, it was around 7 minutes, I believe. Played just before.
Take a look at your three-point mechanic. You know, I can't remember if you were marking the original mark or not. You're gonna go up with a 3, you know, like you did. But when we finish the three-pointer, we're gonna be doing like they do in football, just a straight 2 hands up, straight up from the shoulders, just gonna be 2 hands up. You were kind of open up, and I think you're doing the 3 signals on both hands. It's minor, but when you do it and you do it crisply, it looks really good and professional, and gains you a lot of, I guess, quote-unquote brownie points or whatever you might want to call it, but adds a lot of professionalism to your game.
During the game?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw somebody over there and he's talking, he's talking to himself. He's walking on the court talking to himself. Like,
Yeah, we're on the mic, yeah.
okay, yeah.
It adds a nice flavor because they're videoed as well, so then
Oh, there is?
they can watch the video, yep. Versus just a piece of paper or whatever. So
Yeah.
this adds a lot of extra tools to our pocket.
Yeah, is this new? Talking to him as they're repping?
We've been doing it for a couple of years already, yeah.
This is probably the first time. Well, I guess it wasn't the yearbook tournament last year because of COVID.
All right.
And, this is the first time I've seen it.
Yep.
Oh boy. There you go.
What's your name? Tim. Oh, thank you. I just didn't catch your. I'm filling in for the other Clemson that was here. Smart, good call. Yep, don't walk through the players. Good call, whatever the call was. Stick with it, you know, obviously. But the length or duration of your whistle blast was about a 2-second blast. It just needs to be a toot, or maybe play dependent, just a hair longer, but the length of whistle you used was actually like, hey, I'm coming out of a timeout, here I'm gonna put a long whistle on before I put the ball into play. There's very subtle, but everybody's used to it. That's a perfect example of the correct duration of a whistle. Just a 1-second blast. Tim, that would have been a perfect example or perfect time to rotate his lead. We need to start, what I've been told is if we don't rotate, we're going to be out of position. So be in the mindset of just rotating a heck of a lot more. I'd rather have you over-rotate than under-rotate. So maybe change your mindset a little bit and just force rotations, or maybe not force, but try to train your brain into just rotating a lot more. And it's gonna aid your game a lot. Yep. Good. Everybody should be aware that we're under a minute now. Every half, we get that 1 minute mark, we should be all having eyes on the clock and knowing what time we have left on the game or on the period. There you go, Tep. This particular situation was a good 3-point mechanic. Like I said, get the hands a little closer, straight up from the shoulders. That's right. Comma. Then you just stick with it. You stick with it and they'll rotate and fill in the spots. Yep. Sub. That's just one of the fluid parts of the craft. You know, you can bump and run, or you can comma or pendulum. Tim? Good. I believe, I can't remember if you did, but post first. Make sure we don't have a double whistle like we did. And then look at your partner and say, okay, I'm taking it because it's in my primary. And mark on the flip side. Wait a second, patient whistle, and then blow it. Assuming that's what Mark's talking about. Whose ball?
Black coming out this direction.
Black.
Yep.
All right, how do you guys feel about the half?
Just a couple rotations that you and I were just talking about. I thought it went pretty well, except for.
Yeah, I guess, you know, gameplay. Is there anything?
I think we were getting. It's kind of sloppy. But I think we were getting what we needed to get, and I don't think we really missed anything that was obvious.
Right, this is obviously our time to adjust if needed, right? Saying, holy crap, they're really going after each other. We need to tighten this up really a lot more. Or I think we're right at the right spot. Or maybe I feel we called too much, and we need to loosen it a little bit. Hopefully not, but.
No, I think we got everything. I think we got everything we needed to get.
I mean, we had.
I kind of feel the same as him when he started pitching. But out of his own call, it's just going that way. So
Yep.
he's setting the tone for the second half.
Yeah, because obviously, you know, we could adjust based on potentially score, right? If we got a 30-4 game, we might adjust our calling style a little bit according to that. Sounds manipulative, but it is the nature of what we have to take that into consideration. The foul count was 4-4 when they wiped it, so that's a good sign that we're calling. Hopefully it's a sign of consistency between the two teams, right? I kind of came in halfway through this half, but another thing you can consider is, let's talk about consistency because I was on that note. So consistency between the two teams, right? 4-4. I'm assuming they're playing the same style of offenses and defenses. But consistency between the three officials that are on the floor. Are you all three matching each other's calls? And now the last part of the consistency would be first half versus second half. We might need to tighten it up. We might need to keep it the same way it is, or we might need to loosen it up. Whatever the case may be, as long as we try to carry those same, whatever it might be, towards the second half, because those are the three main factors of what when we talk about consistency. Okay, have at her. Cobblestone Hotel. Tap, this is something real minor, but kind of gets you thinking a little bit. This will help separate and fine-tune your game. And this kind of goes, oh, I'm sorry, kind of goes for all three of the officials. Think about this, try to practice it. When I mark a three-pointer, and I happen to be C or T on this particular side, I don't know if you can see me on film, I'm gonna mark with my top side hand always. Top side meaning the one closest to the division line. If I'm on the other side of the floor or the other end of the floor, I might be marking with my other hand. One concept is that I am not putting a hand into the visual field of the shooter, thus not distracting him or her. The other part is it's easier for my partners to see that I marked a three-pointer. And the last part is it's a lot easier for the table or statisticians to see that we have a three-pointer in action right now. When it comes to marking the two, I could care less if it's a right hand or left hand. I would probably say follow the same rule if you can. Mark with the top side hand. But again, it's fine-tuning the craft. Okay, Tap, this is a perfect example where we needed to rotate on that one. And pretty much the rule of thumb I follow, as many others, is the ball goes opposite, lane line extended or lower. I pretty much 90% of the time I should be rotating. And as a center on that opposite side, I should be expecting a rotation at that time. So that's kind of my own visual cue is like, okay, the ball's coming in my house as a C. I should probably be expecting my my lead to be rotating over. Hopefully he or she is. Good, Mark. Let them know. Nice and loud. Earlier the better. Mark, if that happens again, even louder and earlier to tell him to get up. Okay, so this is a perfect example of where is my primary coverage area, where is it defined, do we need to have two whistles on it? If by chance we do have two whistles, okay, shame on me or shame on you for blowing your whistle at the same time as me or whatever, but then we make sure we send the official, basically the official that it has the primary coverage area should be taking that to the table. That last play where we had a double whistle, I can't remember who took it to the table.
He did.
Okay, where was the foul? Was it right here?
It's right on the block.
Okay. I knew it was somewhere in this vicinity.
Yeah, it was right on the block.
Okay. So, and you were over here lead, right? Okay. Then it's okay to have a double whistle. Just make sure we send the one. I think he took it because it's in his primary, technically in his primary. Perfect then. Good. I know. If I I were to pull it out, it would go all the way down to about here. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Tep right there was a perfect example of a cutter coming down right in front of you, down along the end line, and he got illegally screened considerably, chucked the cutter kind of situation, and he actually expressed himself with a hands out. Why is there nothing called situation? Got to look for those leaning shoulders, those chicken wings, and then if we miss it, okay, say, hey, yeah, I missed that. I'll be watching next time. And then we have to get them. Tep, they're getting awfully shovey in the block. Watch them. Tep, watch those guys in the block.
I was watching that.
Get them next time. That was a pretty good no call.
Waiting for that one more push.
Yeah. Then get the first one then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Or you just shout out, knock it off.
Yeah. I was
Right?
just about to spin my whistle out and say that, and they kind of separated a little bit, but I was watching.
Yeah, because you don't want to get the guy who retaliates. You want to get the first foul.
Yeah. Which I think would have been on blue.
Yeah.
I think the blue was pushing.
There's a variety there, yeah. Some of them lighter than others, but some of them, I mean, either one, get any one of them. But I'm sure they might. Well, now we have some subs, so I don't know if they're out or in. Who knows what? They might be still. They're locking. Watch 15 when he screens. So now your antennas are up. Now you pay attention to that. Okay, here it comes. He's kind of a sloppy player. He's kind of a game fucker upper. 15 is
15?
15 blue.
Yeah.
I watch him. He's tangling up down here. He's coming. Seems mouthy and disrespectful, kind of. So those are the ones we really got to put a pin on, and just get next time they do something, or they just cause things to get a lot worse. It's a cancer of the team.
Because then the other team gets frustrated with it all, and
And then they all start complaining.
Yeah.
And if you get an opportunity, you can tell your partners, you can say, hey, 15 blue, watch him. No, I don't like to shout it across because now he's tipped off.
Right.
I don't want to let him know. I want to just let my partners know. I would challenge the location of where this ball is being put into play right now. Foul had occurred, hard to diagram it by talking about it, but I would say that where that foul occurred was just barely inside the three-point line in a location that should have been taken to the sideline for a throw-in, not the end line. Call, Tim. He was definitely engaged in shooting on that one. So be prepared if you call something that one's, I wouldn't say obvious, but let's just say a coach challenged you on it and said, oh my God, he was just driving, he wasn't shooting. You know, you have to basically come up with some terminology or find a way to defend yourself to the coach and say, hey, he was gathered, he was in his habitual act of shooting or driving to shoot. Start throwing some terminology, it's kind of little mental Jedi mind tricks against the coach. Nice block. All right, so the score is starting to separate. Now it's 15. It was 3 points or maybe 2 points at halftime. Now we're at 15-point differential. Players don't seem like they've changed much from what they were doing. It's just the score has now just separated. Now we have to be on the cautious side of, are they going to get cheap on me? Are they going to pull a cheap foul that I'm not paying attention for? Mark, you should have rotated back on that. If you get over here and it goes back, just get back. Yep. Be in your best position. I see where you're going with that, Mark. I saw your three-point mark, and then you changed your arms. I can see what your thought process is. Definitely what you want to be doing is using that top side hand. Unfortunately, we all do it where we put up the wrong arm. In that case, just stick with the wrong arm. It's not a showstopper by any means. So just put up the wrong arm, oh well. Tap, get him. Get him, Tap. We got a holding going on. $35 for blue and 24 for black. We're going after each other. So now we've got 35 for blue and 24 for black. You saw that. If it comes down to it, whoop, double foul, guys. Knock it off. We're watching you.
Really banging on each other, and 15 is setting some moving screens, and he's getting a little chippy too with his elbows.
He's doing all kinds of extracurriculars.
Yep.
15 blue.
15 blue, 35 blue, and 24 black.
He told me he was in the fire.
Yeah.
Look, we got blue sideline.
So now all of our antennas are up. We're going to be paying extra close attention to, especially the inside stuff. But there's also some moving screens that I think we could absolutely grab.
One for position.
Yep. Okay, so mark here. I'm okay with that length whistle as well, but I typically, after a timeout, I put a 2-second whistle on instead of a 1-second whistle. All right, where's our ball location? Sideline? Sideline? Yep. Right here. That's exactly why we stand where the ball's going to be going out, because we're going to have a coach going, "Where's the ball?" It's right where he's standing, coach. And I if I'm fielding that question, I'm, Tim over there, I just say, wherever my partner's standing with the ball, that's where the ball's going out. Because I know my partner is going to be in the right spot, right? Now, when we had a discussion like that, when we came up in the middle of the floor, this is kind of the next level technique, is you're still staying here with the ball. They come to you.
Okay.
We never take the ball away from this throwing spot. We only bring the crew to the ball. We're getting 9-point difference now instead of 15. Seven-point difference instead of 15. You can feel a swing coming. Tep, great call. Front court. Make sure we're in front court. coach has somewhat of a valid point there. He thought he was vertical. It was, we'll call it, I could go with either. I probably would have left that one be a play through. My own opinion, but you could also go with the block. You could say, hey, he got in there late, and then he became vertical. And that might be a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a bailout or a sellout, but a valid point for, why did I call that a block? Okay, now we got a 5-point game. Blues making a big swing. Okay, do we have a 5-second? Yep, we got a 5-second count, especially at this time of game. All closely guarded 5-second counts. 1, 2. 1, 2. Mark, we need 5-second counts. All right, we got blue ball, we have bonus. It's good. So there's an example where we need to know when we're going to be in bonus so we don't look silly running the other end of the floor or setting up somewhere when it's bonus. We should be knowing when that is already bonus. Tap, good call. He pushed him down or displaced him and then got his rebound. Hold on, we got a ball on the floor, guys. Nice job. Nice job.